All right, sir. Hey, man, the time runs fast, man. So we're close to
Yeah.
the time running through this interview, man. But before we wrap up, sir, based on your experience, your journey, what you got coming up in the future, man, can you just leave us just real quickly with some words of wisdom that you would pass on to anybody, looking to jump into an entrepreneurial journey like yourself?
Well, first thing one must do is have a product that one wants to be able to grasp. Two, you have to be able to do your research. Market research is key. Don't just come out with the product and then sell it for however many dollars and you have not even researched your competition. You have not researched what it is, to what do you need to do in order to create and produce this product. You have to be able to perform your market research and also research your competition, because what makes you different than the next individual? What is your why is your product different than the next company's product? What's going to make it different? Why can't they go over to company A and to get the same product? And why not? You got to be able to prove why your product is different than company A's product. I need for you to come to company B because this is what I do. This is what we do. This is what the product does, and also this is how much the product is going to be. You never want to be, um, you never want to go into the business blind. You don't never want to go into the business blind. Ask around. Build relationships with one that are in that type of business, and kind of ask them. Interview them and say, okay, what made you successful? How long did it take for you to get successful? What were your fears? What were your failures? What could you have done differently if you can do it all over again? So you have to be able to do your research. You have to be able to ask those pertinent questions. Okay, you got to be able to probe individuals. You got to have a support team as well. You have to do that, because if you don't have that, then you're not going to be as successful as you want to be. And also, I'm a firm believer in having an objective, having a mission, having a vision, but also make sure that the vision and the mission is comparable to what's out here now. You don't want to um, go that much above and beyond right now because you're trying to test the market. So once you have tested the market and gotten those results, then now you can go back to the table and build upon those results and build upon your brand. So I just really think that you have to be patient. Okay, first of all, you got to have a great product, right? You have to do your research, which is the market research, as well as research your competition. You also have to be patient. You have to be patient in this process. It's a process. Now, I wasn't always a patient individual. I always, wanted to make sure that my product was selling right now. And if it wasn't selling right now, what was wrong with me? But it wasn't me. It wasn't me at all. And it wasn't even the product. It's how the product was packaged. You have to be able to package your product so it could be differentiated from another company's product. So those are key nuggets, to really being an entrepreneur and making sure you stay in the game. But don't quit. Quit should never be in your vocabulary, because I've quit some things before, and I regret it.
Yep.
The times that I did quit, because as I look back at it, I didn't look at the future long enough, so I only looked at the present. Look at the future and say, okay, in the future, this could be it. Okay, instead of always focusing on the present, focus on the very near future and just
Right.
be patient while you're doing that.
And a lot of nuggets there, man. So definitely, hopefully, the audience is taking good notes, man, and it's really resonated with them because it's resonating with me. One of the things I definitely, as a coach, to help people determine if they really want to be entrepreneurs and consulting small business owners is that one thing about having a quality product, know your product. And then the thing that really resonates is what's your value proposition? What is going to differentiate you from the competition?
Absolutely.
You know, what is going to make it you different? Because I'm a believer, and you probably heard me say this before. If not, you'll hear me say this again in the future. Is that there's no unique ideas, it's just unique execution. With a billion people in the world,
yeah,
your idea is not unique.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
The difference is how well you execute on that idea, how well you package your product, how well you position yourself. So it's really about the execution of it. And to your point, do you have a quality product, and have you packaged it properly? And do you understand your competition and figuring out to doing something different than they are to make you stand out?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It could be as small as your gimmick. It could be as small as your slogan. Your slogan can be different, and it can resonate with other people of what your slogan really means to your product. And also is your marketing and advertisement too. You got to be able to know how to market and advertise your product.
Yeah,
if you don't know how to do that, one will always say, well, it'll sell itself. I get that. I totally get it. But sometimes you still have to sell. And I was just having a conversation, with another entrepreneur friend of mine. And I asked him this question. I said, what's the hottest selling shoe in America right now? He said, Air Jordans. I said, absolutely. I said, but do you think Nike still or brand Jordan still do you not think that they advertise and market when they're coming out with the new Air Jordans? Absolutely. So they have a dynamic product that might be able to sell themselves, but they still market and advertise and promote that product so everybody can have them on their feet.
Right, exactly. Got to message it, got to get it out there, got to market it, man. I appreciate that, man. But you're definitely right on point with that. We can talk about that for another 30 minutes, man, but we're not going to do that one. Not today, at least. Maybe the next episode when we jump on, have you back, man, down the road.
Yes,
we can do that. Hey, Ced, before we wrap up, also, man, what's next for your business, man? What's next for you in your business?
Oh man, Ced Nolen Productions. Like I said, we've been in the lab.
Okay.
Really coming up with some great content. And the first thing that's coming out on Ced Nolen Productions is a TV show that I have. My best friend, one of my best friends in the world, Alex Thomas, actor, comedian, avid golfer, and we've worked together to build this TV show, and it's called Tea Time with Inglewoods. And what that show is a golf show per se, but it's also a golf talk show that has certain guests on there. And our first guest is Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson.
Okay.
We just shot that not too long ago. We just really finished the packaging of it as for right now. So we're in the midst of making sure that it comes to a TV station near you or streaming platform near you. So we've just completed that. It's a great show. Again, Tea Time with Inglewoods. It's a great show hosted by Alex Thomas, actor, comedian. Everybody should know him. If not, look him up. Alex Thomas, actor, comedian, great guy. Jamie Foxx show, Two Can Play That Game, the whole nine. And so that's coming out. That we're going to release that first, okay? And so after that, we have a couple of other movies coming out as well that's geared towards the African American brothers and how we are misconstrued sometimes to most times about how we go through life, what are our thoughts and feelings, how do we manage our thoughts and feelings? How do we even get those thoughts and feelings out and be able to talk about those thoughts and feelings? And so we got a TV show. Can't say the name of it right now because it's still in pre-production. But we have those type of shows coming out because we want to be able to highlight and spotlight African American males in a different light, which would be a positive light. All of the negativity about what African American males do, this, that, and the third, we're tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing it. We're both African American males. I'm just tired of hearing it. So I want to be able to get out that particular content to everybody so they can understand how it is to be an African American male in today's society and how difficult it may be and what we do in order to make sure that our spirits still become high. So we have that show coming out as well. We have like I said, a couple of other movies that we're producing right now. And so we're just really, really, doing some real grunt work, if you will, writing, writing scripts, casting calls, things of that nature. So be on the lookout, for those casting calls, everybody, and just be on the lookout for Ced Nolen Productions to really, produce some great product, great content.
Hey man, well, this is the age of content creation, man. So glad to hear you're into that game as well, man, and definitely with your background, with your brother and having the connections. It sounds like a great another path, because entrepreneurship is a journey, right? And it goes down different paths, right? You start on one and you come up to another, like, you know what? I think we're gonna go down this road and see what's going on over here, man.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad to see, man, you're still taking the different paths to get you where you need to be as an entrepreneur. So I'm looking forward to, coming to some, premieres down the road.
Absolutely, it's coming real. Trust me, you're gonna know, man. You're gonna know. Now, and also, in addition to what Ced Nolen Productions is doing, I have another company called Enough Said Cigars, and my cigar line is launching September the 23rd. So be on the lookout for that. Enough Said Cigars, ENOUGHCED Cigars, and it'll be enoughsaidcigars.com. Also blackboxcigars.com, and they'll be there as well. So just be on the lookout, for the launch because this is, I call this my premiere baby, if you will. I've always wanted to have a cigar line because I'm a cigar smoker. And I've always smoked other people's cigars. And I thought to myself, why can't I just smoke my own, right? So, that's another venture of mine as well. So those two ventures, Ced Nolen Productions and Enough Said Cigars, we're on the rise. And we're going to come, to a theater or a TV screen near you, as well as a store, a cigar store near you.
Right. So now you just got to figure out a way, man, to have your content be shown at a spot where they can smoke a cigar and watch the Ced Nolen production at the same time.
Absolutely.
Double whammy.
Why not? We call that a double feature, baby.
Most definitely, man. Make that happen, man.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
man, I definitely appreciate that, man. So, hey, before we wrap up, sir, contact information. Now we have an audience, man, or other entrepreneurs. They want to reach out to you, touch bases, or just follow how Ced Nolen Productions is doing, or any of the other ventures. What's the best way for them to contact you or follow?
Well, I'm on Instagram at Ced Nolen Productions, CEDNOLEN Productions. You can also email me if you like at ced@cednolenproductions.com. You can find me there. Get in touch with me there. Go to Instagram, add me. You can communicate with me. I communicate with you back. If you want to send me, maybe a script or something that you're working on, or a pilot or a treatment is what we call it in the business. And if you want, think this might be something that you really want to put on the screen, send it to me, and we'll take a look at it. Make sure you also add a non-disclosure agreement in there. Okay, always have an NDA. I do not read any scripts unless it's attached to an NDA. Okay, and that's for both of our protections. Okay, and so if you have a script, you have something that you want to, get out, to the world, you can email me again at cednolenproductions.com. And then if you would like to just communicate with me via IG, go to IG at Ced Nolen Productions. Real simple.
All right. Good stuff, man. Wait, you got all these different vehicles to connect with you at, man. That's fantastic. And you done thrown out something, telling people to send you scripts and ideas. Be careful what you ask for, man. You just might get it.
I just might. And I've received so many, scripts within my inbox, and I if they're attached to an NDA, I actually read them. And that's one thing that I strive to do is that I'm a people person, and I like to be able to reach and teach one, and so I can be able to, or they can be able to reach and teach another one, and we just go around and around and just make everybody better, man. It's enough for all of us to be successful. We don't have to just keep it in one house. Let's make sure that we build upon each other and build each other's houses, and we can all be rich. That's one thing that I've always strived to do. I've always been, individual to help and to assist when I can and to develop, where I should. So I don't mind it, Rod. I don't mind it at all.
Hey, man, well, we definitely appreciate you, man. And even those last words, because what we're doing here is even these interviews about building a community and providing information and stories to encourage other entrepreneurs to stay on their journey or to get into the entrepreneurial game and to really understand what it's about by talking to people like yourself who've been in the game for a while, or just starting out, or wherever they are on their journey, to share those tidbits, man. So just sharing your story, your origin, knowing that entrepreneurs are leaders and you attest to that, and being confident and knowing that fact that, hey, you have to be comfortable with failure as an entrepreneur if you're going to get into this game, because there's going to be some failures that you have to recover from. So, man, I definitely appreciate you sharing all that great stuff with us, as well as your contact information. So, in wrapping up, everyone, I truly appreciate you guys joining us today and hearing from Mr. Ced Nolen of Ced Nolen Productions about his entrepreneurial journey. I look forward to, hey, there you go, man. Get that branding out there, brother. We want to make sure that we provide solid interviews for individuals to keep you moving on your journey. So look forward to additional interviews coming down the pipeline, and definitely reach out to Ced and myself if you have any questions about anything we talked about today, or just want to connect with us as you continue down your own entrepreneurial journey.
That's right.
Thanks.
Man, Rod, thank you, man. I appreciate the time, appreciate the opportunity, and to all you entrepreneurs out there, hey, it'll be just fine. Stay on your journey. It's a process. It's not a race, it's a marathon.
Right, and it said earlier, be patient.
Be patient.
Thank you.